Alright, so I recently made this video on this channel called the Ronnie Radke situation, where I just talked about this musician that I like, that I'm a fan of, called Ronnie Radke, who is a pretty controversial dude. He's had an interesting life. He's had sort of a rap sheet. He went to jail for a bit. He's had some accusations made against him, some real, some false. But overall, he's a very talented musician in the rock world. He's a big up-and-comer, and he seems to be one of the few big stars in recent memory that's really come out and been consistently growing bigger and bigger. I can't really think of a single, name that's as big as Ronnie and his band Falling in Reverse. Well, now apparently Ronnie has taken to defending copyright abuse on YouTube, which is definitely dumb. Obviously, I don't think copyright is something that Ronnie cares about that much because he's in the position where he doesn't have to worry about it because he has a label that can just claim videos whenever he wants them to or whenever they want to. But there's this YouTuber called Brad Taste in Music. You can see I watched a little bit of his recent video. I'm not a huge fan of him, but I've seen some of his stuff, and, you know, he makes, pretty decent music reviews or whatever. And recently, he got copyright claimed by Ronnie's label, Epitaph, on a video where he did a review of one of his albums. You can see he reposted it here in a different part. Now, it's probably worth noting here that, Ronnie has had bad interactions with critics before. He famously, got mad at Anthony Fantano for giving him a negative review of his music. But here we have this post from Brad adding Ronnie Radke and saying, "Dude just blocked every video I made on him. I've never had someone so obsessed with me the way this guy is." Here we have Ronnie's account, which is currently named Michael Jackson. For some reason, it says Cringe the Album 2. This video contains content from Merlin Epitaph, who has blocked it on copyright grounds. He says, ha 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 ha. You can imagine a maniacal laugh. Maybe he did the same laugh he does at the beginning of his most popular or second most popular song is, what's it called? The Drug in Me Is You. He's like, ha 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 ha. Joker laugh. Damn, dude, what's gonna happen if you get everything taken down, man? What you gonna do? So clearly Ronnie's just completely spiteful over this. And then here we have Brad saying, vids will all be re-uploaded, by the way. Here we have him showing the copyright details. It says visibility blocked. It looks like they didn't give him a strike or anything. They just blocked the videos. Video cannot be seen or monetized, blocked in all territories. It looks like it's mostly on the same video as far as I can tell. I think the label claimed it song by song, and that's why it got taken down and blocked so expeditiously. And here we have Ronnie responding saying, "Oh no, now you can't make money off of talking shit about me. The audacity." And it seems kind of silly to me. On one hand, yes, a lot of people hate Ronnie for unjust reasons, but on the other hand, I feel like everyone has a right to negatively or positively review music. If someone wants to shit on Ronnie's music, that's fine. I'm someone who likes it. You know, you can call me cringe for that. You can call me a normie. You can call me a poser. Listen, I listened to Watch the World Burn. I heard him say, "I'm swimming with sharks. I'm swimming with sharks." Okay, I heard that. I was like, that's fire. That's cool. I like that. You know, maybe my taste is bad for that, but I like his music. And meanwhile, Ronnie, despite all the success he has, despite all the fame he has, all the money, I think the dude flies around on a private jet. He's mad at a YouTuber. Ronnie, if you're watching this, which I'm sure you are because you're a huge fan of the channel, okay? I'm sure you're spending time watching my commentary video about you. There's no reason for you to respond to someone like Brad. There's literally there's no benefit to this. It doesn't hurt him. It just helps him because some of your clout rubs off on him. He's a music review channel. You're a famous artist. I feel like you really shouldn't care what this guy has to fucking say. Here we have Haley Valentine saying, "Nothing says I don't care about the haters trying to get someone's channel taken down over fair use," which it is a fair use of his content. And you just have people saying, "Fair use, you say when the person does nothing but slurring and slandering and putting dirt on his name. That's beyond any kind of review's duty. FFS. For fuck's sake, that's not fair use anymore, but abuse of a position." If there is some kind of defamation in Brad's videos, which I don't think there is, Ronnie should just sue him. He seems willing to sue people who defame him. But copyright law has nothing to do with defamation. That's an entirely different category of the law. So even if he does slander him, what Ronnie's doing here is unjust. And if he ever went to court, it would be thrown out. Or at least his label. Now, I don't know why Brad didn't just dispute the claim. It's not like the label is going to take him to court. If you dispute it and say it's fair use, you're clearly transforming it. It's not just the same, thing as the album. It's not a market replacement. You could win. I guess he just doesn't want to deal with the risk they would sue him because he's afraid that Ronnie will convince them to. Or maybe he just wants to put the video back up out of spite. I don't really know. But here we have Ronnie. He gives a long response. He says, "I care. It's what drives me. People don't realize what adversity does when it's put in front of a person that feels the need to prove the world wrong." Look at all, he's rapping. This sounds like this sounds like Watch the World Burn. This is literally his rap song lyrics. "I'm swimming with sharks. I'm swimming with sharks." They had something to prove to people that doubted them. It is a driving factor in being better. Without the people saying you can't do something or constantly doubting you, how can you ever get better? You need these people as much as they need you. They need you just as bad to validate their feelings of insignificance. It's why people are so obsessed with celebrities and musicians, because nothing is that interesting in their personal life. So yes, I care about the haters. Can't imagine what I'd do without them. You should all thank them, honestly. And I mean, I guess from his perspective, this makes a little bit of sense, because he has spent his last few songs, like, you know, not really voices in my head, but Watch the World Burn and Zombified are literally just about like people on Twitter like not liking him. So I feel like that is kind of a driving force for him. I just don't understand why it makes him mauled so much. Like there's really no reason to be this mad at Brad Taste. Like, even if he gives you a shitty review, he's still like, I'm sorry, but he's still a fucking like C-list YouTuber, and that's okay. I'm probably a C-list YouTuber too, but he's just a guy who like talks about other people's stuff. You shouldn't be bothered by this guy. Like, this is just a guy who talks about cool stuff other people do and gives his take. You're actually like doing cool things. You're like a famous musician, and yet it makes you so fucking mad. Like, it must just speak to some kind of like inner deep insecurity or heartache, or like some, I don't know, some girl rejected you or something, and like it just kind of eats you up. Like, I don't really understand the anger at this fucking guy or at Anthony Fantano. Like, they give you a shitty review, so what? Like, there's really no benefit to you interacting with them. Frankly, it makes you look like a fucking office, dude. It makes you look like a Berg. Don't do this. Don't do this, Ronnie, please, bro. And if anything, it just gives the haters a reason to not like you, because now, instead of just being like kind of an asshole, you're like cheering on your music label abusing the copyright system to take down people's videos, you know? Here we have Brad tweeting at Ronnie Radke, my life is like a video game. So yeah, I mean, like I said, like, despite the fact that Brad's not one of my favorite YouTubers or whatever, I feel like everyone has a right to freedom of speech. Everyone has a right to, you know, review things on the internet. Like, one of the main factors in fair use is just if you transform the content or not. And undoubtedly, this is a transformation. Like, he listens to the song and then he gives like his take, he reviews it, he adds to it, he adds something new. It's not just the album re-uploaded, you know? And so I think to claim that like he has no right to post stuff like this is dumb. And if he's being slanderous, which I don't think he is, he's just reviewing his music and saying he doesn't like it. If he's slanderous in some way, then like Ronnie could take him to court. I mean, he took someone else to court and I think he won. But obviously he's not going to do that because there's no slander in these videos. It's just a negative music review. That's well within everyone's right to not like someone else's music and to talk it, you know? So he doesn't deserve to have his videos taken down over that, in my opinion, and in the, you know, in the eyes of the law.
Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Bradley here. Ronnie Radke, in a storm of rage, decided to take down all the Cringe the Album videos and basically file a bunch of fake, you know, false copyright crap. So I just decided, you know, chop it up a little bit, make it undetectable, throw it back into the wild. I'll see you in a couple months, Ronnie, when you claim this one, and I'll re-upload it and do the exact same thing over again. Hey, what's up, you guys? It's Bradley here, back at it with the second re-upload. We're just going to keep doing this until it's no longer an issue. Hope you guys don't mind all the repeat content, but yeah. Hey, what's up, you guys? I'm sorry to tell you that this is going to be my last note on this video. The reason being is that I discovered that I can simply just buffer videos. Because when I upload them, they don't get immediately claimed, so it all has to be done manually. So as soon as the video's blocked, I'll be able to just get the next one up. So yeah, in other words, should be smooth sailing from here.
My life is like a video game.
And there's the most awesome song of all time that Ronnie made. My life is like a video game. So fire. Look, Brad did nothing wrong here. Okay, he just reviewed his music. I think that Ronnie should have a little self-awareness and not respond to these people, even if he does like hate them, even if he wants to like write his rap songs about haters on the internet. I feel like he shouldn't let it show so much, like that he's very insecure and sensitive over this. I feel like, you know, you can write about Brad Taste in your next fucking Limp Bizkit, Linkin Park, you know, style song or whatever, where you're like, some of the sharks. Like, I think that's badass. It's cool. I'm not even kidding. I like that song. But there's really no benefit to like to going after someone like Brad for this, or like even like acknowledging it on Twitter. Like, you just make yourself look like a fucking asshole, which you are. So yeah, that's my thoughts on this. Ronnie, Bradley Taste is a victim of his antics. Yeah. And if you liked this video, consider becoming a member. For $5 a month, you get access to exclusive podcasts, unreleased videos, and the members-only Minecraft server. Thanks so much to all of my YouTube members who fund my content.